Hello, my name is Lucas Castro, and today I will be talking about God and well-being. In this TED Talk, I will argue for the claim that God is necessary for one's life to go well. I define well-being as a state where a person is content with their life and he or she does not have an immediate need for something else in their life. Hedonists, or those who follow hedonism, believe that, and I quote, one's life is going well to the extent that it is pleasant and not painful, end quote. One can assume that if he or she believes in a higher being such as God, that his or her life will be pleasant where pain is easier to deal with. However, for this paper, I will maintain neutral in my stance of whether a higher being such as a God exists. If a person believes in God, he or she will lead a life that is much more likely to be pleasant than a person who does not believe in any sort of God or higher being. Having and nurturing a relationship with God is much more beneficial to one than not having one at all. By maintaining a relationship with God, one can find pleasure through enlightenment. One can find a sense of enlightenment by following God's teachings and living in His way. Religion is able to give people a sense of purpose for how they should live his or her life and what they are indeed living for. A lot of people find comfort in religion because it offers an alternative to a life where one's life might not hold much value. Instead, religion can serve as a crutch people can lean on when they feel unsure about his or her current situation. In fact, this claim is exemplified by Cyrenaic hedonism, and I quote, "Particular pleasure is worth choosing for its own sake. Happiness, however, is not worth choosing for its own sake, but because of the particular pleasures. For even if the deed is out of place, the pleasure, at any rate, is worth choosing for its own sake and good." And that again, end quote. And that again is from Cyrenaic hedonism. Regardless if God is real or not, religion can offer pleasure in the form of comfort and happiness to someone who wishes to believe in God. In my own personal experience, I have gone through bouts of heavy belief and none at all. I found that when I do believe in God, I enjoy a much greater sense of well-being. This is due to many factors. However, I believe that the single greatest one is it allows me to feel purposeful and as if I'm living for a real reason. It gives me a lot of pleasure to think that my life is indeed significant and that there will be an afterlife I can go to if I live my life virtuously. After having many conversations with my grandparents as they've gotten older about the subject, it is clear that they would be very restless without a religion to believe in. And this is largely due to the fact that they are both nearing the end of their lives and want there to be an afterlife for themselves, their spouses, and the rest of their families. Without this religion binding their words together, I would assume that my grandparents would not have high levels of well-being and need it in order to find pleasure for and to be at peace with themselves. In conclusion, I do believe that God is necessary in order for one's life to go well. Thank you.